Okay, YouTube, this is Mike Bell back again from TorrentPerformance, and today I have finally finished the video series on this Mille, and we're going to take it for a test ride, and we're going to test some things out. There's a few rough roads that I know of that I'm real curious on how the Amsoil 5-way is going to work in the forks, and I actually set the suspension up per the OEM manufacturer's settings, but all the fluid has been changed with Amsoil. The one thing I do know is since I upgraded the exhaust to the crosslink mod and put the EPROM chip in there, that Gabbro has changed the fans to turn on at 97 Celsius, which is about 208 degrees. It's really a race chip. I believe the fan setting for the original EPROM is 92 to 94 or 90 to 94, which is like 192. So there is a difference there, especially for heat. But I'm ready to ride this thing, and hopefully the wheels stay together. Had a few issues with the front end. Had to take it up to the Ducati shop to get the front brakes figured out. But yeah, I'm ready to go here. A little scared. Haven't rode this thing in a while, so I'm expecting a little more torque on this, and top speed, I don't know. I don't think I'll get it to run over 155, maybe 160. So we're gonna hit some roads where we're not gonna bother too many people out there. The crops are up, so there is deer and there is farm equipment out, but we're just gonna go for a nice little ride here and test this thing out. I'm gonna see how this thing performs. So thanks for watching and subscribing, and we'll get all suited up here and we'll be getting on the road. Always remember, kids, that safety first. When you're riding these type of motorcycles, you really need a helmet. I see a lot of stunners that don't wear leather. I've wrecked a few motorcycles, and I'm not the prettiest guy. And if I wouldn't have had a helmet on, I would have scraped the whole side of my face one time, and then I would have been basically a monster. So, you know, I'm a big fan of leathers and helmets. And I forgot to mention, if you pay attention next week, there's another bike back there. We're going to unveil. I'm going to start working on that, and we're going to totally rebuild that thing. But I can tell you this much: it ain't no Harley Davidson. So we'll jump on this bike here.
Okay, so here we go. I'm not sure I've got this angle set up right for this camera. We'll see here. I've already warmed this bike up. I don't know how much you're going to be able to hear with that exhaust anyway with me talking, so this is going to be kind of a test too. We're going to have to go up here to the gas station to get some gas. Been really wanting to get this concrete poured for this driveway. Take a look at all these rocks. See all these rocks on this road here? The county came in and sprayed where all they see these black patches in the road up here. The county came up and they've got this tar stuff, and they lay the tar down and then they spray this pebble rock on there, and the shit don't work and it's all moved to the side of the road. Well, I come into my house here, I had to sweep this driveway. This pebbled rock will just drop you in a heartbeat, but see what's going to happen here. Well, I can tell you this already, this bike is significantly louder. Oh, the suspension feels better already, I can tell. I did put Dunlop Q3 pluses on here, which they won't last very long from what I've been reading, but I mean, I can already feel it. Oh yeah. I can tell you this much, the torque is increased drastically just from that pull there. It looks like it's going to rain. So we'll get up here to the gas station, I'll fill up with gas, and then I know some really shitty country roads out by a farm of mine that will really test the suspension. Well, I just did the first pull there. Thank God the front tires didn't fall off. But yeah, it's pulling harder already. I put my wallet in my little back seat here. Be adding some of that. Tell you what, if you're going to buy shitty fuel, put some of that in there. It'll add a couple points worth of octane in it. Another Harley, no helmet. A lot of these Harley guys got kids. Look at that, them forks just eat that. Those are rough railroad tracks there. The fork oil that was in this was really bad. This bike was 17 years old and the fluid looked like it had never been changed, so I got to make sure to hit the right road up here because the corn's up. I don't remember the name of the road. I can tell you already, I switched this bike over to Amsoil 15W50 full synthetic. The one thing with these Aprilias is a lot of the people that have these, it's semi-synthetic recommended by the manufacturer, and I've always ran full synthetic motor oil in all my cars. Usually I run Mobil 1 because I always owned European cars, and I've switched over to becoming an Amsoil dealer, so all the fluids in this bike has Amsoil, from the brakes to the forks to the motor oil. The reason they recommend semi-synthetic in these Aprilias is that they the friction plates, a lot of people complain that, oh, the friction plates, blah blah blah, they're losing friction plates, but Amsoil adds additives to combat that, especially in a wet clutch system. And a lot of people, when they think of Amsoil, they think of race cars and drag cars. They don't really think of sport bikes. And the full synthetic fluid that they make, even the brake fluid, has some of the highest boiling point of any brake fluid on the market. And I've been trying to convince everybody that I know to switch over to Amsoil. It's you know, if you sign up as a preferred customer, the price is just, it's right on the money with everything else that's on the market, but it's made in America. I ride a lot of foreign motorcycles, and the foreign manufacturers for oil where I live is really hard to get. So I switched, these forks are really working really well. So I switched everything I have over to Amsoil, and what a difference, I'm telling you. Look at them cows. There's a dairy farm up here. I've been on this road a while. And of course they rocked it. You gotta watch the rocks. Oh, the county's rocked everything. Up here, if you look at this building here, I think this is Prairie Farms milk. And it's a whole automated system. Look at all them cows. Look at all them cows. Oh, it stinks. There used to be a pig farm. There used to be a house up here John lived in. There was a pig farm right next to it. It's like they moved the pigs all over here to the left. And this will be a little fun fact for you. I'm not 100% sure about this, but rumor has it that this house right up here, I don't know if this lady still lives here, but there was a lady that lived in that house right there that supposedly back in the day used to be out in California at the Playboy Mansion, which is kind of interesting. You never know who somebody is. And I'll tell you what, between the tires and the fork oil, big difference in this bike. The suspension was set way out of whack on this thing though. Feels good. It's running really good. Thing about coming out here, I ain't been out here in so long. Get lost out here. Covered bridge. Hey, I need to find that bridge. there's a bridge out here that's the oldest bridge in Illinois that the state took over and restored, and it's never been rebuilt or anything, and they restored it, and a lot of people come out here for like wedding pictures, but I have never been on it, and I've actually like to shoot my intro on that bridge. Sugar Creek road may flood. There's the bridge right there. I've been looking for that fucking thing. Found it. All right. Park closed at sundown. That ain't gonna work for me. I have to go back, and now that I found that bridge, do my intro on that bridge. The torque is increased drastically. That crosslink mod in this EPROM chip. Now this is a dual stage chip. I did not wire in the switch yet. That will be my next thing to do. But the difference is drastic. I mean, the crosslink mod, I had to buy the pipe because this is a 2001, and the pipe cost $75, and the guy that welded it, I think it was $265. So I've got almost 300 bucks in the exhaust, and then the EPROM chip I got for 100 pounds, which came out to like $132. But overall, that's under 500 bucks, and the improvement for that amount of money is just drastic. I can feel it already. I wasn't able to get the bike over like 143 miles an hour V-twins without a little more engine modification. You're not going to get more than that, I don't believe. So, quite impressed for the money. It runs a hell of a lot better, I can tell you that. And this suspension, after putting that 5-weight oil in here, a lot of people run the 7.5 weight. Well, I wanted 5 because, as you can see on these roads, Illinois' roads are rough, and this suspension is just eating all this stuff up. Like that's what your suspension's supposed to do. The speed limit here is 30 miles an hour. That cop in front of me is not driving 30 miles an hour. I'm running 35, and he's still ahead of me. Now, I'm going to take you out to where the old Route 66 road is out here. It's the only brick road left, a section of it. A lot of hot rodders that come through over there. I drive that road every single day. And people clear across the United States drive thousands of miles to come see this road. Coming up on this road here, and I probably should have turned there. I was hoping there wasn't any traffic here. And this is the old brick road here, the old Route 66 road that run through Illinois. This is the last of it. We'll see if we can turn left here. We'll ride down it. You don't see a whole lot of these roads left around here. The weather between the ice and the snow has really tore these up, but more importantly, these forks, dude, I don't even feel these. I don't even feel these bricks on this bike. Look at this. It's incredible. Amsoil for the win again. That's why I sell the stuff. That there was warped out. A lot of the farmers use this road, and every once in a while you'll see where there'll be great big holes where the semis are loaded up and they just blow those bricks out of the road. Then you're coming home in your car, and man, you either hit the brick or the hole. It's a real bad deal. So we'll turn around up here, ride this road before I head home here. Actually, we'll turn right here. Oh my God, it's hot. Fuck, I never even thought about there being nails and screws and shit in the road. There's a nail right there. Oh my God. Well, this is the Route 66 road. As you can see, all brick. There's a lot of stuff around here in Springfield too, like that Abraham Lincoln stuff. You can see where Abraham Lincoln took a shit in New Salem. But yeah, we'll get on back to the house here. But I will say this bike runs good. Suspension feels good. Engine oil good. Antifreeze, it ain't running hot. But yeah, this bike, I'm really surprised with the fork oil that this thing feels this good. I gotta come home and check for flat tires. And that concludes the ride.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap this up, and this bike runs super well. Real happy with it, and I did look on my website, Amsoil website. I do have 2 shout-outs to give out next week. Well, I'll give a shout-out when we start this other project bike. Just another thing, when you guys purchase that stuff, it really helps me out. A lot of people don't know, when I bought this house and this garage had a rock floor. I had nothing in here. I didn't own any of this stuff. And from me working, 12 hours a day, doing stuff I didn't want to do, I've been able to purchase all this stuff. And through Amsoil last year, I did do quite a bit of sales, but I didn't make any money, because all the money that, I did make, I put back into the business. So I thank you very much for purchasing through Amsoil and using my dealer number. And if you want to buy anything, just click the links below. But yeah, Amsoil and sport bikes really go hand in hand. This thing runs like a top. Brakes work fantastic. If you have a sport bike, check that .4 brake fluid out that they've got. It's got the highest boiling point, and the clutch feels just unbelievable. But what I'm most impressed about isn't the new 1550 oil that Amsoil came out with. I knew that was going to be good anyway. Is that Amsoil fork oil in 5 weight? They make it 5 and 10 weight. I mean, it just basically transformed this whole front end of this bike. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So check me out next week. Thanks for subscribing. And if you need anything, I can be reached on my Facebook. Now, the Instagram, I've got a book I'm reading. I'm not going to launch that Instagram. I've already got my page made. But for Instagram, I want to read this book before I get on there. So I will be shooting on Instagram, and I also use Skype. A lot of people don't use Skype, but that's pretty much it. So, pretty much this board, we'll be filling this board up again on this next build bike. But we'll go ahead and erase it. But I'm out of here. $150 is achievable on this big old